Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. After a long time I'm here. It was winter, so I was just chilling, no tuning. It's kinda cold here. It's good, so we are gonna continue with the videos this year. There will be even faster projects, crazier stuff, a lot of things. Also, as you can see from today's title, I decided to start showing some basic stuff, even though it's kind of hard for me to explain it like simple and as basic as possible because I know too much, but I will try to be as basic as I can, basically. So as you can see in the thumbnail or the title, probably will put how to get 3 horsepower, right? So a lot of people will think this is fake, right? Clickbait and shit. But it's not. This is very common, I would say 99% of the time, because people don't know anything. That's the biggest problem. They don't know the basics, like from the basic stuff. So what I wanted to talk about here today is the CVT and how to get 3 horsepower. I thought of this because this engine came and was, let's say, this whole CVT was dirty with oil, with everything, because the pump was leaking, but also from normal debris and other stuff. So I was like, man, if this guy, right, this scooter makes 5 horsepower with the situation it was here, it makes like 2 horsepower, right? Because there is no grip on the belt, you don't have horsepower, nothing is happening, you are not transferring your power. And I thought I will make a video. Also, I'm gonna make other videos where I talk about the variator, basic stuff, and the rear pulley. Those will be 2 separate videos, because there's still like in the comments on my socials, there's still people asking me what rollers, what springs. Like I'm tired of this. Like, it's 10 years I'm telling this to everyone. You cannot put rollers or anything in the CVT the same and it will not work for your scooter. Like, it's tiring. So I decided to speak on that too, because people are so stupid, and I decided to leave the idiots in the comments who ask, oh, what roller should I use? And there is even the more dumb idiots who answer. Like, he's how do I say, he's a wizard. He can magically guess for his right carburation engine. Let's say everything is perfect in the engine, so he can guess his weight, his power output, his parts. So he's gonna tell him, oh man, 70cc, but 4.5, man, perfect. Like, oh my god, it's crazy. Like, so I will make videos. So who watches the videos will actually learn a lot, because this is the most important. The basic stuff is pretty much the most important stuff, and the tuning stuff is advanced. Like, you have to learn, you have to learn, read books and everything about CVT, also about the 2-stroke engines. They are very complex, and people think they are so simple. That's why nobody makes power or anything. So enough yapping. That's enough for now. Now let's start with how to make 3 horsepower. As I said, this engine was leaking, and the cover and the case was totally in oil, the belt, everything. I put this assembled here just to show you, to demonstrate actually. So let's say you start disassembling your CVT, right? So here, let's say you take off the nuts, right? So most of the time, what people do, let's say your hands are a little bit greasy, dirty, or clean, doesn't matter, or you use gloves or something, it still doesn't matter. And there's most of the people will do this, right? Let's say, okay, the clutch bell, I will show you how to properly remove it. You need to remove it like this, from the outside, and you remove it, right? Then there is the people, okay, everyone probably removes it like that. The clutch bell is not complicated, right? Then we go here, let's screw this. So we go with the variator pulley, right? And people will just do this, bang, right? Wow, look at this. You can see it, right? Look, there you go. Now your whole CVT is greased and you're gonna lose power. So what you should do how to properly disassemble. You should take it from the outside and place it. Then the belt, right? Some of the people will do it like this. I mean, it depends, right? Here the clutch, you can take it like not on the pads, but like in between, or just firmly grab it and it's out. Bang, there you go. The belt always should be handled like this. Also the variator like this from the outside as well. Here on the Piaggio I can just do this and tap the, there we go, and that's it. That's how you should remove it, right? And now if let's say everything is clean, you do it properly and you clean it, there is no problems. But if your CVT is dirty, and also when you do maintenance like every 2000 kilometers, you should always basically wash your CVT and check it. Let's say if here the pulleys are leaking, like the roller sliders, when you are checking everything. So now I will go and tell how to clean it so you can gain 3 horsepower. First thing first, you must clean the CVT here. Everything should be dry, clean. Some little debris like this from the rollers and stuff, it's not critical. It's very important everything around here to be dry. And also you don't want to have the seal leaking here, or the water pump or the oil pump on the Piaggio, right? You want everything dry and clean. You don't want here inside a little bit debris, it's okay, but if you clean it with gasoline and brake cleaner, this will be like new. As you can see, this I cleaned everything. This is clean now, so now it's dry, everything is clean. You also need to clean the cover. And when we are at the variator, how you should handle it, you should disassemble the cover. This is the cover, and you clean it here. You remove the sliders because you don't want depends with what you are gonna clean it, but anyway, remove them and spray them with brake cleaner. These are not too much critical, right? You can use brake cleaner. For the surfaces of the pulley and the variator and the cover, you can use either alcohol, you can use also gasoline, but always use alcohol or brake cleaner basically. So you want to clean everything and let it dry. It will dry. If you use brake cleaner, it will dry automatically. Also, when you use alcohol, let's say for example on the variator, there is some variators with the seal here, so you cannot do that. You have to be careful when you clean it, and you need to use clean rocks or paper or something. It has to be like, look, when I do this, you see this, all this transfers to the belt and the whole CVT, and then you are cooked. You're gonna make so much less power. So as I said, use, let's say, brake cleaner, clean everything nicely, let it dry, then clean the surface, clean inside. If you have like this variator, normal variator, this inside the surface, if you have with the one with the seal, the raised variators, and on some big bores, let's say like my runner, you have to be careful with the seal. You don't want to damage it to contact with any like alcohol or some nitro, depends what you use. Also inside here you should also clean, and also if there is like, let's say, a little bit plastic left from the rollers here, you could use like fine scotch, just a little bit to clean it. Let's say for example this one is clean here only, not so bad. The pulley I said, just clean it with brake cleaner or alcohol, it will be nice and dry. So now when we go with the clutch belt, you should clean the surface inside. Here there is some grease, you see here is grease also, this should be cleaned also. Just spray it with brake cleaner and you are gonna be fine. And here with the clutch, let me show you. Okay. The clutch, you can just spray it with brake cleaner all over, spray it everywhere, on the pads also, everywhere so it can be clean. Now when it comes to the pulley, right, when you grease the pulley, let's say you grease the pulley, right, you also need to do that properly, because when you put the ring, you're gonna squeeze some of that grease and it will come under here, right, and then when you use your scooter, it will just exit here. As you can see, some small here like lines, that's grease. Basically that's not installed properly. Also, what other thing about the pulley? About the pulley is very important with the seals, right? There is two seals, one here, one below. So if they are worn out or used, they are gonna leak. Like for example, when I slide, you see here, it's clean. This one is decent condition. I mean, it's new scooter, so it has only 6K. But a worn out seal will leave grease, and this grease goes to your clutch bell, everywhere, and you just lose power. Pretty much very simple. As you can see, you need to check here behind to be clean. So this one is, I would say it's okay, normal, it's not leaking. Also the pulleys, right, I forgot, oh my god, I was gonna forget the most important part. Here the pulleys, you must also clean them with oh actually no, not with brake cleaner. You can use brake cleaner, but you need to use it on a paper or something, because you cannot spray here. You should not spray. You should use it with how do you say, a towel or a clean paper sheet for cleaning. Basically you just put it on there and then you wipe. You don't spray directly or all the alcohol, because you also have the bearings here and the seals. You don't want to damage them. You have to clean the surfaces also, and here you should clean this also and clean here, because you want this bearing, it's not lubricated. You want to lubricate it, put grease a little bit, a high temperature resistant grease, but when you install it, let's say, as you can see, this here is dirty, this is bad, so you need to install it carefully, and it just needs a little grease. You don't want this, like, you don't want the grease on the beginning, then your clutch belt and your clutch will get dirty. And as for the belt, right, the belt, the most important part, basically, if your belt is, let's say, worn out, if it starts losing grip, you have to change it, right? But then if you get it dirty, what you have to do, you have to wash it. And the only way you can clean the belt good, to use warm water, not hot, warm water, and dishwasher soap. Yes, and you have to sink it a little bit, let it sit, then clean it out. You should not use nitro alcohol on it, because it also has it's a rubber, so it's not good. It's gonna damage it. But even after cleaning, let's say on high powered engines, like on the scooters above 20 horsepower, you're always gonna have slip. Doesn't matter how clean is your CVT. Even on some lower powered engines, I mean, the most important part is to have the most grip you can have. You can never eliminate slip, but the least slip you have, the more power you're gonna transfer, basically. But I know a lot of scooters who come, right, for service or tuning or everything, nobody has clean CVT. Basically they are losing power because they don't clean it. They don't maintain their scooters. And you have idiots who say their scooter goes, let's say, 90 or 100, but with what, bro? With this dirt, yeah. But those are the stupid people, of course. As for assembling back, I said, as you pull it out, same. You don't want to touch the surfaces. You put the rollers with always with clean hands. Put the rollers, put back the variator. You don't do this, and you put it. You are gonna take it by the sides, and and put it inside. Also, how do you say this? I forgot. Fuck. The variator slider, or it's not slider, I forgot the English word. Fuck it. You put it right. You don't wanna touch anything that's inside or has contact with the belt. The clutch, you can just grab it like this, put it. Now when you are installing the belt, I know you have to squeeze it like this, right? You have to try to avoid as much as you can't do that, but when you have to, let's say on some crazy engines, there is hard springs, so that there is no way you're gonna install it without doing this, right? So your fingers will go there, make sure they are clean as possible, and when you do that, when you open it fully, install your belt, everything, then you're gonna wipe the pulley again. That's what you're gonna do. You don't want it, you don't want to leave it like that, pretty much. And the belt, it just goes from the outside, doesn't matter from the outside, and you just put it back, put back everything clean. And always take care, guys, of your CVT. If you have it clean, trust me, even after, like, when you clean it fully and you maintain it, you let's say the Piaggio has even cooling from the factory, some holes, or even if you make more, or let's say put intake here, like I print the ones, you have even more cooling, so your CVT will last much longer, and the dirt will be just like every 4K. If you open it, it will be pretty clean. Basically it will be just from the rollers, the plastic and the belt. There is not gonna be any other dirt, and you maintain it all the time, and you are gonna have a proper working scooter, and you are gonna make power. That's basically how you make power for free, let's say. Yeah, I think I upped enough. Only 70 minutes, that's crazy, but I hope I didn't forget anything. I kinda explained it. I don't know, I as I said, it's hard to me to explain it basic, very basic, because it's the dumbest stuff, people should know it, so it's very hard for me to explain it. You know, I have to think how to explain it easy so you can understand easy. Let's say there is someone watching also who doesn't know, has never opened a CVT, let's say. So yeah, so as I said, next video I'm gonna talk about the pulley, basics of the pulley, or the rear system, and the front one. And that's it, guys. Subscribe, because this year, what can I say, man, it's gonna be crazy. See you in the next one, guys.